WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday at 4 o'clock, so it must be the Community Bell Show. Welcome, as always, Monday. It is a wonderful time to see all of you. We are glad to have you on the stellar award-winning WVTC Radio Detroit. We are just happy about doing it. Yes, we are. Those of you who know, we've been doing this for probably about 5 or 6 years or something like that. We're not sure how many, 5 or 6 years, but it's been good. It's been good, and we're glad to have you. Well, we've got special guests today, everybody. They're a special guest. We have one of my colleagues from the golf world, Miss Tammy Turner, and the new name, Nelson. She's newlywed. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tammy is a golfer and an excellent golfer, but she is also now the new president of the T-Set Golf Club. So we're just happy about that. She's doing wonderful things with T-Set, and we're going to have a great time this year at the golf course. Tammy, welcome to the Community Bell Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It's so much fun to just talk to people about golf, especially people who know about golf, who want to do golf. And she knows very well how to do golf, everybody, because she now teaches golf, right, Tammy?
I do indeed. And it's so funny to see us outside of our golf club.
Yes, I know. I know. Real close instead of golf clothes.
Exactly.
Yes. What made you decide that you wanted to teach golf?
And I have always had a passion for teaching. And I realized that over the course of my career and everything that I've done, I really had a passion for teaching. And as I immersed myself into the world of golf, I'm like, I really want to be able to share this with other women.
Okay.
And help inspire them to join in the game, learn about the game. And that's really where it started. And it's been spiraling since then.
Well, let's see. That's a great way to get into the conversation of golf, because I know people think that golf is, it's just such a slow game, and you don't know about it until you try it.
That's right. That's right.
It's really not just being outside in the fresh air.
Correct.
But it's being able to test yourself and test
Correct.
your own skills.
Exactly.
And test whether you're going to really say it's a 4 and it was a 5. Come on now.
Test your memory too.
Because, sometimes, people can't count the way they ought to count. And so it's all sorts of tests on the golf course.
There are all sorts of tests on the golf
all
course.
Sorts of tests. And so you're monitoring yourself in terms of whether you can really keep up with this game, because there's lots to learn. There are lots of rules.
Yeah.
You need to know the rules of golf if you're going to play. And it's fun being out in the open air. Now, what hooked me on golf is the surroundings.
Okay.
I love being out on the golf course with the beautiful, beautiful greenery and all the flowers.
Yes.
And I play golf all over the world. Every time I go outside, I play golf.
So
and
you travel with your clubs?
Well, no, I used to.
Rent them.
I rent them when I get there. When I go on a cruise, I just tell the folks call the golf course, make sure they've got clubs for me, and I rent the clubs at the golf course.
Yay.
So I don't travel with them anymore. I used to travel with them.
Okay.
But no, that became to be a little bit much.
Okay.
The older I got, the less I wanted to lug those clubs around. So I rent them when I get there.
Excellent.
But it's a great game. I've got some places I go. I've got some friends who live in some places where I have an extra set of golf clubs, and they just keep my clubs at their house. So when I come,
love that.
I just have my golf clubs there.
I love that. I travel with my golf clubs everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's even internationally, I travel internationally quite a bit, and I still take my clubs with me. So I'm going to find a way to golf.
Yes. And it's interesting when you're golfing. Even though you may not speak the language, you're still able to communicate.
For sure.
When I was in Italy, and we rented golf clubs in Italy, we had no clue about what was going on the course, but there was a woman on the course we ran into, and she would just kind of point to us, and then she could tell us, "Don't go there."
Right.
But it was such a fun time.
Yeah.
But it's a great time to communicate with people, to meet new people.
It's great networking on the golf course. One of the things that I'm also an author as well. I've written a book entitled How to Talk to Strangers, a step-by-step guide to professional networking. In that book, I talk about the importance of learning golf because it's such a great tool to use when you're networking and you're trying to build business relationships, trying to close a deal. Like I tell folks all the time, being the owner of a staffing agency, if you call my business and you try to get an appointment with me, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be successful. Just because I'm busy, right? And then when I'm not busy, I'm on the golf course.
Yes.
But if you invite me to come out and play a round of golf, well, you at least have me in a cart for 2 hours.
Yes.
To tell me whatever you want, to pitch me whatever you want. And if we play 18 holes, you at least have me for 4 hours.
Yes.
So there's no other place that you're going to get a CEO of an organization to spend 4 hours with you,
Mhm.
and you have an opportunity to pitch something to them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's almost how I started playing golf because I retired from AT&T
Mhm.
many years ago. Sandy and I both worked for AT&T. And they provided golf lessons for the management.
Wow.
And we'd go on these wonderful golf trips. Now, mind you, I shouldn't say they, because at the time I said, oh no, you won't catch me out there running behind that little ball. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not going. And they would say, oh, come on, you're gonna love it. No, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna love it. I'm not. Well, when I finally figured out, well, maybe I will like this
Mhm.
way. But I had retired by that time. And all the people that were going to play golf when we were working would say to me, you were the one who didn't want to go. And now we can't find you unless you're on the golf course someplace. But I started playing golf when I was an elected official because I was in my office one day and I looked up and said, oh, where's everybody? And somebody said, well, the guys are on the golf course. It's really? I said, right. Well, I guess maybe I better figure out how to get on the golf course.
Exactly.
And that's when I started playing.
Okay.
Back in 1990.
Wow, wonderful.
And I said, okay, if they're on the golf course, I better get out here and cut some deals also. So
Right,
and that's exactly what was
exactly.
going on. Deals were being cut on the golf course.
And my story is something similar to that. In my early 20s, coming out of college and realizing, my first job in corporate America, everybody was always golfing, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not going to this golf outing. Like, that's like,
I'm not doing that.
I'd rather be at home, hanging with my friends, my family, whatever it was. And I was never the kind of person that wanted to do something just because everybody else did, right? But when I look back now, if I would have started in my early 20s, how much further I would have been.
Yes.
I would have probably been on tour. But it took me a little bit longer to catch on. And then once I grabbed a hold of it, I fell in love.
Oh, I'm telling you, once you do it and you just love it.
Yes.
There's nothing like being on the golf course, especially early in the morning.
Yes.
Quiet, peaceful. I mean, it's just a wonderful place to be. As a matter of fact, my staff would send me to the golf course on election day because they told me I was getting on their last nerve.
You need to go relax.
Would you please go to the golf course?
You need to go relax a little bit.
And so I spent election day at the golf course. A lot of people don't know that, but that's what
I
I did every election day.
that.
They said, you are just getting on our last nerve. Go to the golf course.
I love that.
But it's really one of the favorite things in life to do. And what's so interesting, both my grandsons are in the midnight golf program.
Excellent.
One graduated last year, and then the other one is in the program this year. And he's getting ready to go on the golf tour that they have every year. I think it's next week.
Okay.
But it's so great to see them starting with those young people early.
Yes, for sure.
Because they not only teach them golf, but they teach them skills that they will need for college and beyond.
For sure.
And it's just such a wonderful program. But I'm glad they get a chance to do it early because when I was a high school senior, golf wasn't even a word I understood.
Exactly.
That was nothing in my vocabulary.
We didn't have those opportunities for
Absolutely
sure.
not.
For sure. And I'm very, very familiar with the Midnight Golf program. It's an excellent program. My son actually went through the program as well. And what I love about that program is, to your point, not only are you learning golf, but there's so many life lessons in golf as well.
Yes.
But the young people in that program are also learning life skills.
Yes.
So they're learning about networking. They're learning about finances. They're learning critical thinking and conflict resolution, things like that. So it's a really great program that encompasses more than golf.
Yes, it really is. I'm just glad to see them and to be able to watch them mature.
Yes.
It's just a fun thing to watch.
From where they start
to
when they finish.
Yes. Because I'm not sure that either of them really wanted to do it.
Right. They had a little gentle push.
They had a little gentle push because this is golf. Now, one of them used to play golf with me because I started them in golf when they were little. None of them wanted to play.
Okay.
And that's what you're going to do it anyway.
Right,
so I put them in first tee and then I take them out to the golf course. And then my granddaughter had to have golf clubs that had pink shafts, so I had to go find some pink shafts. So it was just making that you guys are going to do this.
Yes.
And they did it as long as I could. I had to make them do it. But then once they got a little bit older, they began to understand.
They
So one of them
learned.
became a caddy,
Oh,
and he
wonderful.
did it really good. He did it really well.
Okay.
But you have to help them sometimes.
That's right.
Our
You
job
do.
is to help them.
For
They,
sure.
they don't necessarily know early on what it is, so we just nudge them a little bit, and it works.
My granddaughter will be 5 in April,
Mhm.
and I just bought her first set of
Mhm.
real clubs, not the plastic
Mhm.
ones. But so I am going to be giving her lessons, but I really want to get her with a coach that is focused on teaching young children.
Mhm.
And I'm busy, with
Yeah, the
all
other
the other
stuff.
things that I don't want to take that time away from her.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
want her to get that time to practice. So definitely looking for a junior coach for her.
Great.
Yeah.
Talk about the golf training class that you started.
Oh, wow. So interesting. It really started a few years ago. I had joined the LPGA amateurs,
Mhm.
and in joining that organization, again, I really wanted to teach
Mhm.
golf, and at least the basics, the fundamentals for beginners. And so I started a beginners ladies league at Rouge,
Mhm.
and did that for a season, and then got caught up in so many other things, didn't return to that the next year. So right now I'm currently in the LPGA teacher education program, and I'm pursuing my Class A membership, which
Great.
licensed me to be a pro and
Mhm.
to certified to teach. And so recently I started doing some golf clinics. I am
Mhm.
doing one-on-one individual coaching as well. But with the golf clinic, this past Friday was our very first
Yes.
session. And I said I was going to cut it off at 10, and I actually end up having 14 ladies. And so,
Good.
so it was, we practiced out at Beechwood in Southfield.
Mhm.
It was a great sunny day, and the ladies were all just enthusiastic and ready to go. And we worked initially worked on our setup, and we worked on proper grip and things like that. So it was awesome. And it's a six-week program.
Okay.
But by popular demand, I ended up having to add a second one because the first one sold out.
Well,
so
good.
quickly.
Now, you got any room for any more?
I do.
Okay, listening audience. For
I
those
do.
of you young ladies that are not just young ladies, just ladies in particular, who want to learn something about golf, Tammy at golfwithtammy.com. Contact her, get in the
Yes.
class, and you will feel so good about your future golf endeavors if you just learn the basics early. Because sometimes people go to the golf course and think, oh, I think I'm going to go play golf. And they get out there, they get frustrated because they really don't know the basics.
Correct.
You've got to know the basics if you're going to do it right and feel good about it and have fun at it.
Correct.
It's not fun if you're out there just swinging a club and missing the ball and you get mad at yourself because you missed the ball. And don't do that.
Correct.
Go to somebody who knows what they're doing and
Correct.
have them teach you the basics.
That's really, really important. And in full transparency, when I first learned golf, I didn't go to an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening is the more that I began to take an interest in the game, the more I played, I had developed such bad habits
Mm-hmm.
from learning from someone that wasn't an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I had to go and try to unlearn those things so that I could continue to elevate my game. So I tell anyone that's interested in golf, please make the investment
Yes.
and go to an instructor so
Mhm.
that they can teach you the basics and the mechanics of the game. Or the mechanics of your setup, your pre-motion components, in-motion components, things that it's important for you to know. So the game is enjoyable to you.
Exactly. Because it really is not fun if you're out there swinging
No.
a club and you're missing the ball and you're hitting the ground and you're hitting the ground. You sprain your arm or
That's
your
right.
elbow because you hit the ground too hard. All sorts of crazy things can happen if you're not doing it right.
That is so true.
So go to somebody who knows what they're doing, and so you can have fun at the game. Fortunately, I had somebody that knew how to play and it played well and to help me. But you need to have somebody that's going to be able to work with you on a regular basis. And you can't just do it one time, everybody.
Yes.
You can't do it one time. You've got to be consistent. You got to do it all the time. You got to work at it. Golf is something you have to work at.
That's right. You have to put in the time if you want to return on the investment, right? The return on the investment is being able to make good contact with your ball. The return on the investment is, consistent practice and being able to lower your handicap. And for me, also getting in the skins pot.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
So we add a little extra layer of added competition.
Yes. It makes a difference. It makes a big difference. And it helps you in terms of being comfortable with the people you're playing with.
For sure.
Because nobody's going to beat you up for not playing well, but they will beat you up if you're out there just being real crazy and you're doing things that you could fix easily.
Correct.
So, be a blessing to your playing partners too.
For sure. And that lends to, golf etiquette is so important. It's I think a lot of maybe novice golfers or people that are not, I'll just say non-golfers, don't understand that that the etiquette that you display on the course is so important. And it's much more than just hitting a ball.
Yes.
And there's a lot of rules, more than people probably imagine in golf.
Absolutely. There are. You must be able to read and comprehend, audience. I must tell you, you've got to be able to read and comprehend.
And you have to be a strategic thinker.
Yes. You have to know where you're going to hit it before you get up there and hit.
Right.
So there's a lot to it, but it's so much fun. It's so rewarding. The surroundings are great. I don't think I've ever met someone on the golf course that wasn't just a neat person.
Right.
I've never met a crazy person on the golf course. I've met people, particularly men. I've played golf, and then sometimes I go out by myself, or there are a couple of guys. I say, "Well, you want to join us?" And I'll say, "Sure." And they immediately want to tell you how to play.
Listen.
They immediately want to tell you how to play. And then when you get up there and you hit the ball and you outscore them on the first 2 holes, then they look at you like you're crazy.
So, like you're a sandbagger.
Like you're like, I told you. So, okay, Larry, I want to know, does your husband golf? And if so, can you beat him? That wasn't nice, Larry.
Well, seeing that my husband is probably watching, I'm going to say that we often beat each other. He is an avid golfer as well.
Very well
said.
All right.
He beats me, and there's days that he lets me beat him.
All right. See, smart lady.
Spoken like a true newlywed.
Yes, absolutely. There you go. But you want to have fun on the golf course, but ladies, sometimes you'll run into some guys who immediately see a lady on the course and immediately think, well, they can't play. I need to tell them how to do this. And then when they find out you can play and you can beat them, they are very quiet.
The attitude changes quickly, and so I have all the love in the world for all the men golfers, but I will say that a lot of times they try to mansplain.
Yes.
And they want to tell us how to play, what we should be doing, how to hold, how to hold our club, what to do in our stands, keep your head down, take your arm back, all of these things until you hit that ball.
Yes.
And they're like, whoa,
they get very quiet.
Yeah. And so I have always been I can drive my ball pretty far. So I've been a long hitter. And I would get men that would complain and tell me, no, I don't want to play with you. You need to go back to this
team. You need to be at the men's team. You don't need to be at the ladies' team. What?
Well,
I didn't make the
rules.
I didn't make the course. I'm just playing it.
Am eligible to play from the 4 tees, and so I'm going to play from the 4 tees. So especially on a par 5.
Oh yeah.
Depending on the course, the ladies will have, a
Considerable.
generous
Mhm.
advantage. And so then it was, well, if you're in a skin spot, we have to play from the same tee box. No,
That's not what the rules say.
no, that's not what the rules say.
Yeah, it's interesting how they make up the rules as they go along.
Yes.
Once they see how well you play,
Yes.
they make the rules up and they get a little bit different.
Yes.
It's fun to watch. It's still fun to be out
Yeah.
there. It is fun to
And
be
I've played with a lot of mixed teams and a lot of guys, and they've been great. Like really have been great. They do mansplain, but just building great camaraderie on the golf course and long lasting friendships over the course of years. And I'll have some people that'll play in outings, and of course they want a long hitter.
Yes.
And so they're like,
Yes.
Tammy, can you be on my mixed team? Absolutely.
Yeah, you're doggone
I got a
betcha
free
I
round.
can. Yeah.
You better believe it.
Yes. But it's a fun game. And you can play it as long as you want.
That's right.
You can play it as I still play, don't play as well as I used to, but that's okay. I still play. And so I will be playing as long as I can ride in that cart. Don't walk the course anymore. Will not gave my pull cart away. Will not be walking a course anymore. But I will continue to play. But it's just one of those things that I really, really enjoy.
That's awesome.
As I said earlier, Tammy is a new president of the T-Set Golf Club. T-Set Golf Club is one of the oldest women's golf clubs in the area. Talk about your new presidency.
Oh man, I'm so excited to be a part of such an amazing organization, T-Set Golf Club, and you're the former president, so you know this very well.
Yes.
It is the oldest African American female golf association in the state of Michigan, and right now we have 26 amazing members, and with a variety of experience. We have handicaps that range from 7 all the way to 34, 35. So it's just a robust group of women, all different levels of golf, all skill levels, and it's a great sisterhood. So
It really is. It really is. And for those of you who remember Detroit Public Schools back in the 80s, one of the members who formed this organization was Celeste Chapman. And Celeste Chapman was a member of DPS organization, but her husband was the deputy superintendent, Mel Chapman. Mel Chapman was an absolutely wonderful, wonderful guy. Mel could start talking, and you'd just be mesmerized because he could just talk about almost anything and give wonderful speeches. But Mel was a great, great guy, as was his wife. And they were just some really super people. Mel was assistant superintendent when I was on the school board with Dr. Jefferson, was superintendent. And he was a wonderful, wonderful guy. And Mel played golf also. And they had a place down in Hilton Head, and they would go every summer. And then when they both retired, they lived down there most of the time, and they'd come back here in the summertime. But Celeste Chapman was a simply wonderful woman. They started a school for preschoolers. They called it From Here to College, I believe. But anyway, they were great. They did wonderful things in the community. And part of the T-Set organization that they started was to get young people involved. They give back to young ladies in terms of helping them to get into the profession, to give them some extra skills. And they did a great job. But Celeste Chapman, one of the founders, a wonderful, wonderful woman. She and her husband, Mel Chapman. But those are old days. One of my great friends. They were good. They were good people. But it's still the same premise for T-Set, and that is to work with young ladies to get them involved in the game of golf, to make them able to compete and to learn the skills necessary to be successful in whatever profession they decide to come into.
Absolutely.
And that's what golf does. I think that it gives you skill sets to be able to compete in whatever profession you want to do.
Absolutely. I think that the organization has historically done an amazing job at mentoring young golfers, young female golfers, but not just young female golfers, but young women to your point, in life skills and coaching and in the business community. one of the things that attracted me to TSET was the opportunity to be able to network with other women that are other business women in the Metro Detroit area. And oftentimes, it's an opportunity for you to network with women that you normally would not have access to.
Yes.
Because maybe you're not in the same circles or whatever the case may be. So that was one of the things that attracted me to the organization, as well as TSET's commitment to fostering a good environment for our youth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they've done that for the last 46 years now, which is
Yes.
a long time
It
to
is.
keep a commitment of that sort. It's
It
a
is.
long time. You're a businesswoman.
Yes.
Talk about your business.
So I am the co-owner of Kapstone Employment Services. My partner and I, we are the only certified minority-owned, certified woman-owned staffing agency in the city of Detroit, based in the city of Detroit. And we primarily staff in the engineering manufacturing space. So anything and everything in the manufacturing engineering space, we're qualified to staff for. And so we do temporary staffing as well as permanent or temp to hire. So yeah, we've been in business now. In June, it'll be 8 years.
Oh, wow. Very good. Very good. Very good.
It's been exciting. And my partner is amazing. We've actually been friends for about 15 years, decided to go into business, and it's been an amazing journey, not without its challenges. Of course,
I'm sure.
Entrepreneurship is not for
the
faint of heart.
No. No.
It is not, but it is rewarding.
Yes.
And you have a level of freedom that is unparalleled.
Absolutely.
And so when you balance that out, the risk and the reward, it's like that freedom is really unparalleled. And since I've gone on this journey with golf, my partner has been just tremendously supportive, and she's actually taking lessons too.
Oh, perfect.
Yes,
perfect.
It's been an amazing journey, and one of the other things that I have recently done on my golf journey is to become a GAM rules official.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
that's special.
Yes.
That can be a bit.
So I officiate my first tournament on April 26th.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, so it's the women's junior championship. So
where is it?
It's going to be in Ypsilanti.
Oh wow!
Yes.
That's going to be
so
interesting.
It's just like I really want to wrap my arms around the whole golf process, cradle to grave, and I think the next step is from here is club fitting. So I want to be proficient in club fitting.
Oh my. That's I can't even imagine that. That's got to be, when you consider the highs and the lows, those of us who are closer to the ground than others, and that's going to be real interesting, club fitting.
Yeah,
that is.
I feel like if I'm going to be a great instructor, I need to make sure that I have all of these other nuances about the game and be able to share that knowledge with my students.
Wow. Club fitting. That's going to be yes. That's going to be interesting.
A lot of novice golfers don't even know that they probably should get fitted for clubs.
But you're absolutely right. They go in and say, I want to go to the golf clubs. And they just get the first thing somebody brings them and don't realize, well, if you're 5'2", then you probably don't need these golf clubs that are as tall as you are.
Right.
You probably need something a little bit shorter than that. So yeah.
It's sometimes a sticky widget because someone that's just starting out, never picked up a golf club before, I don't recommend you go out and buy $2,000 golf clubs.
No.
You don't even know if you're going to like the game.
Exactly.
You might get 2 lessons.
Go and play it again, Sam, and get you some used clubs.
Exactly. So that's what I encourage new golfers to do. As you're starting out, go to Play It Again Sports or go to Facebook Marketplace or, even Salvation Army.
Yes.
Find a cheap set of clubs just so you can get a couple lessons in, see if it's something that you enjoy. And then if you feel like this is really a game that you're going to invest in and you're going to embrace, then you really do need to get fitted for clubs.
Yes. Yeah. But wait before you spend all the money on the golf clubs.
And if you are a novice golfer, do not go out and buy Pro V1s.
No. No.
Or you can, and then if I find them, I'm picking them up and
Yes,
putting them in my bag.
Yes, we're gonna hold on to those. We're gonna hold on to those. Get you some golf balls that you don't feel bad when you lose
Exactly.
a whole sleeve, or not a whole sleeve, but a whole box.
A whole box.
On the first time. You get you some golf clubs that cost $12 for a box instead of the ones that cost $30 a box.
Chaos golf balls are probably some of the cheapest balls out here, but you don't mind losing them.
Yes, yes.
So, and they're colorful.
Yes. Yeah, get some balls you don't mind going into the water or going into the woods and all of those kinds of things.
Yes.
Because you will go in the woods.
And the water.
And the water. No matter how good you are,
That's
you
right.
will still go in the woods and the water. So, so know that
it's going to happen.
Yes, it will happen. And I don't go in the woods anymore looking for balls. If it goes in the woods, it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
We're gonna just.
I have more balls in my bag.
Yes, yes. I've got another one to take its place, but we're not going looking for balls in the woods, everybody. Not anymore. No, no, no.
And especially if you're in Florida.
Oh my!
We're not going nowhere near the water, the woods, anything.
None of that.
None of
Florida, Louisiana. You don't want to go anywhere near the water or the woods looking for golf balls.
No.
As a matter of fact, we were in Louisiana playing in some tournament, and there was this big alligator that he was sitting right just about 20 feet from the green.
Mm-hmm.
And we all decided that we didn't really need to be on that green. We'd go to the next hole.
Right.
We said, well, we don't need to do this one. Let's everybody, we're going to give everybody a par on this one, and we'll go to the next hole.
Was he out there sunbathing?
Oh, yeah. just laying there waiting for us, I'm sure.
And you see so many animals on the course. It's like you're fascinated, but fearful all at the same time.
Yes.
Like, so I don't know what these ducks are called, but I was golfing in Florida. We call them chicken ducks because they look like ducks, but with a chicken's head.
Oh.
And so they literally chased us.
Oh, no.
In the cart. We turned the cart around. They started running the other way, turn the cart around. It was hilarious because there was food in the cart. And so the chicken ducks are chasing us. I don't want to scare anybody about golf.
But golf
in the golf course.
There are days when if you have a lot of food in your cart, the squirrels may want to join you and hop in your cart and get whatever food you've got. So
that's right.
Just
the
know
cranes,
that.
birds.
But it's okay. You're safe. But it's okay.
Just be careful in Florida.
Yeah. Yes. Don't. Florida's a whole different world.
It's a whole different
whole different kind of golf. It's fun, but it's a whole different kind of golf.
It is.
It really is. So as we talk about golf season starts, everybody, probably in the next month. For sure by May 1st, but some folks will start playing mid-April depending on what the weather's like. But our TSET group starts the first Saturday in May.
Yes.
We play every Saturday. We have a ball. If you're interested in sometimes just joining us for the fun of it, do that. And it's at Mary Fleming. Hello,
Hi,
Tammy. Oh my, how about that? Debbie? Looking forward to becoming a member of TSET Golf Club. Delphine Drake.
Yes.
Oh, wow. We'd love to have you. We're wonderful ladies. You love us. You'll just love us. And we do have fun on the golf course.
We do.
We do have fun. There's nothing like being with a group of women who have a mindset that we're just here to play golf and have fun.
We're here to, and the another thing about TSET that's really wonderful too is we have a good mixture of women. Some are more social golfers, and then some are more competitive.
Exactly.
But it's an opportunity for both to thrive.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So whether you're a more social golfer or a more competitive golfer, you can find a space for yourself in our organization.
Absolutely. And you can go either one. I started as a competitive golfer. I am now a social golfer.
Exactly. It can go either way.
Yes. And I'm good with being a social golfer. I don't do as much competitive golfing anymore, but I'm still having fun and still playing golf.
Yes.
And it's a fun place to be, ladies. You will absolutely enjoy being on the golf course if you can. And we invite you to come join us sometime. We play every Saturday at different courses around the state. Some are further than others, but we play,
and they're all good courses.
Yeah, they're all great courses.
Yeah.
They're all great courses, and it's a fun time, and we enjoy it, and we enjoy each other. So you guys need to think about join the T-sets if you're thinking about a golf club. You can't find a better one than the T-set Golf Organization.
For sure.
It's a fun time. And Tammy and her vice president Renee they're both doing a wonderful job getting things
Thank you.
organized for the year. And the year's getting here awfully fast. It seems like it was just yesterday we were talking about. Now here it is.
Here it is.
Here it is, and but we're looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, and a huge shout out to my entire executive board, and especially to Renee. She has just been absolutely incredible and helping to keep me organized as well. So we're both, business owners and very, very organization driven. And so that probably, radiates in everything that we do. But she has just been an amazing vice president for sure.
Wonderful. And T says fortunate to have these two young ladies.
Thank you so much.
And our leadership team. It's a wonderful place. So we're excited about what's coming this year and how we're going to continue to be competitive. And, we're going to think about it. And I am throwing stuff out at the executive team about inviting other groups to join us sometime on our Saturday groups.
That you mentioned that because I have been talking about that in some of our committee chair meetings and talking in our green committee meetings too with the executive leadership about inviting some other clubs out. So I know there's Pargals. I know that Detroit Shagettes, Detroit Women's Golf Collective. Like there are a lot of other organizations out there, all female organizations, and it would be a pleasure to be able to
I think that would be
have
so
a
much
social
fun
outing.
to have just invite them to come and all these women's golf groups play on a day. It would be a fun time.
So we are working on that.
Great minds, everyone.
Yes, we are working to make that happen.
Oh, that's
another
great.
opportunity to network.
Absolutely, and that's what it really is. The networking opportunity is quite fantastic. As you talk about that, when I owned my own business, our business, we did construction equipment.
Okay,
and we were the only female construction equipment company in the area. So we got the contracts for the city,
for everything,
and for the federal government. So I say that to say to you, think about it.
Yes.
Because, when we started, we knew nothing about construction equipment.
Got it.
But we decided, well, that's a niche. There's no women in that space. Let's decide to do, and it was a good fit.
It was a good run.
It was a good run. It was a very good run. So
well, that's how entrepreneurship goes. You identify a need, you see that you have an opportunity. There's no one else in that space currently doing it, and you seize the moment. So kudos to you.
And
I
don't know if there are if other women construction equipment contractors in the area.
Okay.
And we didn't have to house anything. All we had to do was fill out the RFP, go find it on the federal site and the city site and all those. And it was a good run.
So if my partner is watching Carrie Buffington, it sounds like there's an opportunity for us to explore.
Yeah, think about it. I think you would enjoy the exploration.
Excellent.
And I think you would absolutely enjoy it. Yes.
That's the thing about entrepreneurs, where our mind is always racing, always thinking about the next opportunity, the next project, how to fix this, how to make this more efficient, how to make that better, and so you never get a chance to cut it off. It's just who you are.
It's always going. And even after you're not in the business anymore, you're still thinking about, there's somebody could do this.
Exactly.
I think somebody could do that and be very successful.
Exactly.
But it was very successful. The way when you think of all those orange cones and all this construction that's going on, and we provide all the orange cones, and we just and who would even have considered that?
For sure.
But again, I just say, think about it. I don't know if they have any women doing that at this day and age.
Right.
Of course, with our current administration, 47 doesn't want to deal with DEI. And what he doesn't really know is that DEI helped more white women than ever under the sun.
You better believe it.
It was white women who made hay for DEI.
That's right.
It wasn't black folk. It was white women. So the white men had their wives changed the name into their names, and they became the presidents and the CEOs, and they got the contracts because they were considered women.
Exactly.
Women-owned businesses, and that's what was.
That's exactly what happened.
That's success. So, DEI is your friends are going to not be happy with you about eliminating DEI, but that's okay.
At all.
He wasn't smart enough to know that. Somebody should have told him.
That wasn't in Project 20.
It probably wasn't in Project 2025, and that's why they didn't know. However,
he spends a lot of time on the golf course too.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And from what I understand, he can't count either.
Right. That's what I've understood too.
I understand that the birdie was really a bogey, so he didn't
or double
bogey. He hadn't figured that one out. But that's okay. Maybe we want him to spend as much time on the golf course as he can, because we don't want him
and less time in the oval.
Yes,
for
yes,
sure.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad you could join me to talk about one of my favorite subjects, golf.
Yes.
And my favorite place, the tee sets, and getting ready for golf season. I thought this was appropriate. It's sunny outside, and we're all getting ready, trying to get limbered up and all get the golf clubs ready and get all the golf outfits ready. Now, ladies, nice thing about golf, you can get as many outfits as you want, and you can get whatever outfit you want. You can wear on the golf course. You got some golf courses that would love to see you on those golf outfits. Many of these special golf courses, the golf clubs have great shops where you can shop at the golf club.
Two things happened in my clinic, and I'm. If any of the ladies that are in my clinic are watching, I'm not pointing anybody out, but I went around and I asked each lady, what inspired them about golf. Mm-hmm. And a couple of women were like, I want to wear the cute clothes.
All right.
And then there was a majority of the women that were like, I want to meet men.
Really? But you know what? I never thought about that.
Yes.
When I started playing golf. That one I never thought about. I liked the clothes out, but never thought about the man
so there were a lot of single women that are like, there are single men on that golf course, and what a great way to meet them.
And typically, if they're on the golf course, if they're on the golf course, they may have a buck or two, because golf is not cheap, everybody.
Golf is not cheap.
So don't get out there thinking that I can go play golf as a cheap date. No,
not at all.
No. It's not cheap.
Not at all.
I never thought about it.
Yeah, I was just too
meeting of the men. That's funny.
I was too tickled. A girlfriend of mine told me many years ago, she was single, and she said, I can either boat or I can golf. Those are two places where there's single men. And she's like, I chose golfing.
Smart. Thank you again for joining me. We're going to have you come back when season starts and T-sets get going, and we start inviting some of these groups. You're going to have to come back and talk about how the training is going for your classes and all that good stuff. Golf is a wonderful place to be, everybody. Our guest has been Tammy Turner Nelson.
Yes.
The president of T-Set Golf Club, and also the president or owner of Kapstone Employment Services.
Yes.
Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday at 4:00. Take care. Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit.
Hi, I'm Judge Craig Strong, and I love listening to WVTC Detroit.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.